everyone, my name is Emily Bell. This is my video presentation illustrating two Web 2.0 tools and one mobile app. So, let's get started. The first tool that I have chosen is one that I utilize in my classroom almost every day. Everyone knows that differentiating instruction is tough, especially when there are numerous levels of skill in one classroom. This is why I chose to demonstrate how to use accelerated math in your classroom too. You need to access Accelerated Math from your school's Renaissance Place homepage. After that, you will log in as a teacher. Once you get to this page, you'll click on Accelerated Math, Assignment Book, and then you will see all of your students in your class. So after you get to there, you'll need to create a group. You can enter a description there if you'd like. I also highly recommend that you levelize your groups. Use your star data and group them according to their specific level. So from here, you're going to add or remove students. Click on the students that you want to be in this group. Click Add, and then Save. And there's your group. Click Done. You'll need to assign objectives, so click on an existing objective list. It'll pop up to this page. Depending on what level they are at will depend on what list you have. So save. You'll come to here. What you want to do is you want to assign objectives for them. Whatever grade level they're at, let's say they're at 5th, and we are in about the 300s. So you're going to come down here, come to the 300s, and you can see some of my students have already completed these objectives. What you're going to do is you're going to click on whatever objectives that you want them to have. I recommend doing 5 objectives. You can do more, but like I said, the assignments get longer the more objectives that you have. So 5 is just kind of a good number that I've come up with. Hit, oh, excuse me, we're going to have to go back. Cancel. You hit Assign. Assign. It will then pop up with these little boxes like this, and you'll click Done. After you've done that, you can generate assignment, either a practice, a test, an exercise, or a diagnostic check. I usually do practices and tests. We'll do a practice. There's our objectives right here. You want to always, well, depending on your style of teaching, I recommend doing a paper format. That way they can pull it out and work on it whenever they have time. You could do it online if you want to, but they're going to be on the computer having to work on scratch paper. So I just really recommend paper. Assignment size, usually you want to do medium. Generate it. It converts it to a PDF file and you can print it off. When they're ready to check, all they have to do is log into their Renaissance Place. They click on Accelerated Math. They hit Start Working and it brings them up to that specific assignment. And all they have to do is just enter their answers. And it will grade it for them immediately. You can use Accelerated Math in small groups and interventions, or like I said earlier, students can work on it in their free time. There are also a few drawbacks to Accelerated Math. You have a lot of different skill levels in your class, so keeping up with their objectives and what objectives that they need, it's a little bit challenging. It's also frustrating when students are going to check their work and the internet is not working or it's working slow. And another thing that you might need to worry about is students cheating on their accelerated math. I've been using this program for about a year. I've had one case, and you pick up on it really quick. So I think that accelerated math is wonderful, and I recommend it that you use it in your class. The next Web 2.0 tool that I'd like to show you is Google Drive. Google Drive is absolutely free and is comparable to Microsoft Office. To access it, you go to the Google homepage, click on this icon, and then over to Drive. What you can do is you can create documents, sheets, which is like an Excel sheet, slides, which is like a PowerPoint, forms, which is really cool, and I'll explain that in a little bit. And then you can also create drawings. Google Docs is absolutely comparable to Microsoft Word. The only difference is they have a lot of different fonts that you can choose from. They have really cute fonts, like cute fonts. And you can also download more. So there's that. You also have Google Sheets, which is just like Excel, Slides, which is like PowerPoint. I've used PowerPoints for games for my kids. It's just a fun way to change up your lesson. You choose a theme. They have a lot of funky themes. I don't think they have as many to choose from as PowerPoint, but I do think they are kind of modern. So there's that. Google Forms is fun. It's almost like you're creating a form or a survey or even like a test or a quiz online. You can title your question, determine the question type, and then you can share that with your students. Your students can access it. Also, your colleagues can access it, and they also have an option to edit it if they would like to do so. So that's really cool. I could go into hours of talking about Google Drive, but I don't have that long. So, moving on. Also, you have drawings, which is like Paint or Microsoft Word. The only thing is, you don't have clip art, and that's kind of what I don't like. But you can see here that I've used Google Drive for so many different things. I've used it for assignments, for me personally. I've used it for tracking sheets, lesson plans, assessments. This one's a really cool one. This career graphic organizer. I spelled organizer wrong. That's hilarious. So there's that. Another PowerPoint. Some more Excel. Excel's good for keeping track of things on a list. There are some drawbacks though to Google Drive. You can only access Google Drive if you have internet connection. And we all know with the internet being like it is at our school, you don't know if it's going to work that day. Another drawback is you don't have access to the clip art, like I said earlier. And you also are limited to 30 gigabytes of memory before you have to pay. But other than that, I think Google Drive is a great app, and I think it would be easy for you to integrate into your classroom as well. My last demonstration is a mobile app called Socrative. Socrative brings smart clickers, student responses, and ease of use to basically a whole new level. So Whenever you first log on to Socrative, it's going to ask you to sign up, and all you have to do is just create a profile. It's absolutely free. Basically, what you do is you engage your entire classroom with quizzes, tests, games, and you also gather real-time student results. You can also utilize that data to drive your instruction. It is also a huge time saver. Instead of actually doing paper quizzes, what students are doing is they're using their smartphone or their tablet to respond to a quiz that you've created. You can also share quizzes with other colleagues. So let's go ahead and get started with how to create a quiz. So you're going to click on Manage Quiz, Create a Quiz, name our quiz, let's call it Quiz. You have a choice of going from multiple choice to true and false, short answer. You can mix and match, do it however you want. So let's do multiple choice. How are you? You can click on what you want your answer choices to be. Great. Happy. I'm just quickly going through this so you can kind of get a feel for it. But which one is the correct answer? Well, I'm feeling happy. So you can either add an explanation, you can add an image if you want to, but then if you scroll down, you can add another question. So let's make a true and false question. I am happy. Click on your correct answer. True. Like I said, you can add an explanation or an image if you would like. Short answer is a little bit more difficult because basically you have correct answers, but it's optional. Short answers are one of those things where you're going to have to just look at it yourself and determine if it's right or wrong. So let's say that we're done with our quiz. We're going to save and exit. There's our quiz right there. There were some that I did earlier. I'm going to go back to your dashboard. And then you would click on Start a Quiz. So this is whenever you would say, students, pull out your devices, we're going to take a quiz. So they would log into their Socrative, and you can see student paste, you want immediate feedback, student paste where they have navigation, or do you want it teacher paste? There's also additional settings if you want to play around with those. We want to start the quiz. It shows their progress. So they're answering, let's say that you have 21 out of 24 that get it right. It would pop up with 21 over 24 on that question. Same goes for the second question. You'd hit finish. This is the really cool part. What you can do is you can create a report. Either you can have it emailed to you, you can download it in Google Drive, you can view it as a chart so your students can see it, or you can view it later, which is really cool. So we'll view later. You also have quick questions. If you just want to give them a quick little, almost like a pop quiz, you can do that. Same idea. Go back to your dashboard. There's a game they can play where they compete with other students to answer the questions correctly and quickly. There's also exit tickets, and everyone loves those. There are a few drawbacks to Socrative. Not every school provides a one-to-one ratio for kids and tablets. Another drawback is that even if students were allowed to bring their devices to school, either A, their devices aren't compatible with Socrative, or B, they don't even have a device at all. I haven't gotten really to play with Socrative in my classroom yet, but I plan to hopefully implement it into my everyday teaching. It's a great assessment tool. You could use it as an exit ticket, or could use it to gather data. It's a great app, it's user friendly, and best of all, it's free.